Yo, y'all do an errand.
The teen stepbrother accused of murdering Anna Kepner on a Carnival cruise ship will now be prosecuted as an adult.
The DOJ made that announcement today in its first public comment on the case that made national headlines in November. West 2 investigative reporter Justin Schecker following these new developments live in the newsroom. Justin.
Hey, good afternoon. Up until now, the details surrounding Anna Kepner's murder on the cruise ship have been revealed through court filings and hearings in her stepmother's child custody case. Now that the indictment is unsealed, federal prosecutors say the stepbrother sexually assaulted Kepner before he intentionally killed her. Anna Kepner's 16-year-old stepbrother kept his head down as he left federal court in Miami on February 6th. That was 4 days after the U.S. Department of Justice initially charged him as a juvenile. The U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida said on Monday a federal grand jury has returned an indictment charging serious offenses that allegedly occurred aboard a vessel in international waters. We will present the evidence in court and pursue this case with professionalism and care. Heather Wright is Anna Kepner's biological mom.
I'm just happy that my daughter got justice and that they tried him as an adult because I was a little worried.
The unsealed indictment reveals the stepbrother is charged with murder and aggravated sexual abuse.
I don't even really want to think about that one because I can't even begin to imagine what she went through.
Prosecutors say the 18-year-old Titusville teen's body was found in the cabin she shared with the suspect and another step-sibling on board a Carnival cruise ship during a family vacation in November. The Miami-Dade medical examiner determined the cause of her death was asphyxiation.
Can you tell us the status of his release terms?
According to newly unsealed court documents, the stepbrother was released to the custody of his uncle in Hernando County. He may not be alone with anyone under the age of 18 unless supervised by an adult, and he must comply with the court orders from his parents' ongoing custody case.
He's certainly looking at a maximum potential sentence of life in prison.
Former federal prosecutor David Haas weighed in on the DOJ's decision to charge Kepner's suspected killer as an adult.
It's a heavy decision to do because obviously, brains aren't even fully developed by then. But I think when you calculate the complicating and the aggravating factors in this case, it's probably the right thing to do here.
And NBC News spoke with Anna Kepner's father, Christopher Kepner. He told them the stepbrother needs to be arrested, adding, quote, "This is where the family stands. Justice needs to be served." Covering Brevard County live in the newsroom, I'm Justin Schecker, WESH 2 News.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and the only thing I got to say to that is what's going on in the White household. Everybody always got something to say about YNs shooting people with switches and, no fathers in the household, and that's why they killing each other and blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada. But nobody says this shit when Brad is out here first sleeping with his sister. Like, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what they teaching in the household, but you ain't supposed to, like, and it's probably his stepsister, right? That's what all that my stepmom left and now I'm fucking her and my stepsister came over and wanted me to put it in her butt. Like, that's why I too much don't watch like pornos like that, because that shit's weirdo shit. Even if my mom was to get married somehow, and she did get married, and I had a stepbrother. Nobody's thinking about boning. Like, that's weirdo shit. Like, white folks, y'all need to have that talk in the household about the birds and the bees, because like it's amazing. The news, CNN, Fox, all that shit likes to pathologize black people and black violence and shit. Nobody never pathologizes white violence, right? Or even white sexuality. Like, it's bad enough that he killed her and stuffed her under the bed and shit, and they gotta investigate. Everybody doing their half-assed investigation. But it's even more insidious that the fact that he actually has sexual relations is weirdo shit. Like, Fuck going on in the White household. You know what I'm saying? I will say this, and I will say this till the cows come home. It wouldn't matter if my mom got married and the dude she married had a daughter. I wouldn't have been trying to bone my stepsister. First of all, while that's in-house pussy, that's not like, that's weirdo shit. What they call it? While that's not incest because you're not related to her by biology, there's always been something of a family relation that you just don't cross that line. Like, and on top of all that, like, if that's my stepdad's daughter, why the fuck I want to bone her? Just on the off chance you get her pregnant, now you done fucked into the family, and your kid is the grandson of your stepdad. But also, if your mom and dad have another kid, and they was relatively young, they was like 18 and 16. So let's say he, on the off chance he had got her pregnant, and the dad and mom had another kid, which I'm thinking if they're 16 and 18, and dad and mom can't be that much older, right? They early to mid to late 40s. They have another kid, then their kid is gonna be the uncle of your. This is weirdo shit. So like, that's why you don't do it. But the fact that they actually did do it, I don't know if it was consensual. They say he essayed her. I highly doubt it. I'm not one of those people that are convinced like that's the first time. She probably, and she was older, so yeah, I don't think he, like, even though he was kind of fucking big compared to her, you see in this picture, in comparison to her, he was big, but he probably still was soft as shit, right? So I don't see her getting dominated by her little brother, or was he I think he was 16. Yeah, I don't see her getting dominated by the little brother. They probably was doing something. He probably wanted to keep going. I ain't gonna lie, Buns probably was fire, right? He probably wasn't getting none from girls. She gave him some, you know what I'm saying? She gave him some tryout pussy. He probably wanted to keep doing it. And she probably was like, nah. And he wasn't having that shit. That's the only conclusion I can come to. I don't think he just did it and then killed her. I ain't falling for that shit. That seems too convenient. Not only that, they got porno that's online where they be doing that type of freak ass shit, right? Mom's not home, dad's gone, me and stepsister, it's a weirdo shit. They got cell phones and nobody's monitoring their kids' activities. So they probably seen that freak ass shit and probably tried it, you know what I'm saying? And he got addicted. Even if that's not the case, that's a damn tragedy, because like it's a what they call it, it was a preventable crime. Like, it didn't even have to happen. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to bang your stepsister. So the fact that you know what I'm saying, like, all that shit was like avoidable. It's just, you know what I'm saying? And people like to demonize black households, single mom households. The one thing I could say, King Von beat a nigga up and the other nigga switch him down, while it's still like senseless, it makes sense, right? Even though it too was some shit that's avoidable. But this just don't make no sense all the way around. There's just nothing about this shit made sense. Him banging his sister, him killing her, him stuffing her body under the damn bed, like all that shit was avoidable and was senseless. Did make no sense. There was no reason for it. You know what I'm saying? I can understand when Jamar Quavius shoot little man and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's senseless too, but like, it's a cause and effect. He talking shit. He done stole some of the product. They done robbed the nigga, beat him down. I don't know, but he done got some get back and fired off on him when he caught his ass slipping. Shit makes sense. This shit right here, this makes no sense. This is just a bunch of foolishness and tomfoolery that, in my opinion, could have been easily avoided. They talking about he's looking at 20 to life, Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Say that shit again. He is going to be somebody's girlfriend. Once again, I don't know why people are under the impression that prison isn't a real place. Like, I said this once and I'll say it till the cows come home. When we were younger, we understood that prison was a real place and that sometimes boys got turned into women and some men got turned into bitches. And we didn't want to run that risk, right? And there's always a risk, no matter how impeccable your fight game is. You're in there with killers and savages, and these niggas got developed muscle. All they do is work out, and they don't get tired. So, like, that's the bad combination. You think shit's sweet, and you put in there with somebody that's already been in prison 22 years, ain't seen a lick of coochie, right? You're a victim. But these younger generations, like I said, I don't know if it's because LGBT is normalized and they comfortable with gay sex. That they don't think it's a real place, or even if it is a real place, it ain't gonna be that bad. I don't know. Me personally, even older, I don't want to go to prison. Not because I'm scared, because I got shit to do and I ain't got no time. These motherfuckers tend to think that they gonna live forever. And he's like, what, 18? Yeah, bro, that shit, by the time you look up, you're gonna be 29. Time goes by like that. In any event, if y'all like this episode, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the link if you like to support the machine so you can see more continual content, or at the very least just hit the damn like button, and I'm out.